Although HSBC is an enormous international bank, we've come to recognise that it's very important for us to work with the non-governmental organisations. And the reason for that is that often they work very close to the ground, to local communities, and they have a level of information that we don't. And we think partnership is the way forward.
Banks working with NGOs is a topic you'll hear more and more of in the years to come, I believe. We work with several major institutions in the not-for-profit world.
The HSBC Climate Partnership is a 5-year programme involving HSBC and 4 of the world's leading environmental NGOs. There are so many different aspects that climate change affects. It affects people, cities, forests, fresh water availability, and we're aiming through our partnership to understand and influence all of those different factors.
A good company doesn't really just say today, they look down the road.
By 2015, almost half of all new building construction in the world will be in China.
On the one side is the economic growth, and on the other side we have the huge environmental and climate challenges. The climate group is working in China, in Europe, in North America, India, Australia, with government business leaders to advance smart policies and technologies to accelerate low-carbon economies. The plan for us in China is to engage about 15 to 20 cities in 3 years. We're looking extensively into electric vehicles, EV solutions, in energy-efficient buildings, looking into urban planning, as well as solar solutions. In that process, I believe the partnership will benefit HSBC's business tremendously as well. Without the support from the HSBC Climate Partnership, I wouldn't be able to be sitting here actually talking to you today.
The planet is our home, and we need to care about our home.
Up to 51% of global commerce passes through the Panama Canal. A big question is, will there be sufficient fresh water for the canal to continue to operate long into the future? And one of the things that we're doing in partnership with HSBC is asking how forests modulate water availability through the year.
When you plant trees, they open up the porosity of the soil. Water in the rainy season is transferred to deep groundwater, and that water can come out during the dry season and provide water supply for the canal.
The HSBC volunteers have been a fantastic help. Actually, right where we are, they helped plant a whole bunch of these trees.
Examples like HSBC's commitment to this project give me huge optimism that the business community is getting serious about understanding the impacts of climate change.
Not only are they helping to fund this research, but they're really internalizing within HSBC the issues and trying to educate first and foremost themselves.
I want to be a hero and to rescue the world.
We do roughly about 5,000 research hours a year here through the Climate Partnership, and about 20,000 over 5 years. That's the equivalent of what one scientist would do in their career.
Once it was said that a true optimist is the person who plants a tree. If you study trees for a living, you really have to be kind of optimistic. We study forests at large scale. The measurements aren't by themselves difficult to understand, but you need to make a lot of them. And the best way to do that is with lots of people who are enthusiastic. The HSBC volunteers, while not scientists, are extremely motivated folks.
We couldn't do this without that type of manpower.
10.36.
We are actually part of a larger climate partnership that engages the HSBC employees to participate in citizen science and go through a learning program where they actually have the opportunity to learn about impacts of climate change on forested ecosystems.
The Climate Champions programme is simply unique. The HSBC wants to support the education of its employees so that they can take knowledge about climate change and sustainability into the workplace and also back out into their family life.
We're going to create a group of people within HSBC who have knowledge about the issue of climate change and who are in a position to be able to do something about it after their experiences with Earthwatch.
To our team, to our friends, to our coworkers. I think we have an obligation to the world to really make a positive change overall.
The central and lower Yangtze is a massive floodplain. It used to be known as the land of 1,000 lakes.
Something like 400 million people depend on the Yangtze for their livelihoods and agriculture.
Those wetlands have been disconnected from the Yangtze River.
Our work with WWF is helping people to use the river more sustainably.
We're looking to reconnect 50 lake systems back to the Yangtze by the end of the program.
We look at not only the water basin management, but we also look at how we can educate the farmers and the fishermen.
The Yangtze produces about 60% of China's fish. One of the models we've been able to develop here is eco-fishery, which basically is a much more sustainable way of producing that fish.
比以前多了，以前都搞点小钓鱼，对吧？一年搞不了多少钱。现在这个比现在收入大多了。
With support for HSBC Climate Partnership, we are working with pig farm promoting awareness on climate change and find solutions to mitigate climate change. How to build the wastewater and greenhouse reduction facilities. The river fosters a very rich biodiversity, a lot of endangered species.
那么江豚这个常见江豚呢，是只生活在长江和这个一些大的湖泊里边，像鄱阳湖和洞庭湖。那么由于它和白鳍豚呢，应该说面临着同样的生存威胁，所以这个种群呢下降得非常快。
From the top down, we've been seeing a significant change in attitude by those responsible for water in this river. There is a lot of optimism and a lot of room for hope here.